Austin. I say hi. Billy and Antonio pick me up. Antonio takes us to a mattress store. Didn't even know I just came out, got off of an 11-hour bus ride. Takes me to a mattress store. I stink. And so right when we get there, we walk in and I tell them, hey, I have news. So I just really felt like in my right heart that I needed to say something before we made a big commitment into investing in an apartment and all the materialistic things that comes along with it. So I tell them, well, I don't want to move to Austin. I want to enlist, I want to start my career, I want to start my life. And they go, wow, that changes everything. Oh, so no, that changes everything. I tell them, well, maybe I can stay for 6 months, help Vanessa out. Antonio and I are kind of like, okay, well, yeah, that can do it. We're trying to plan out, like, if Vanessa would be able to afford to live there, and Viola goes straight up, no, you're not putting your life on hold anymore.
So then she gets here and she goes, she like has all her bags, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help you. Get in the car, then she sits down, she's like, guys, I have some news for you. We were like, oh my goodness, what, Vivi, like what? And then she goes, oh, I'm going to the Air Force. And we're like, okay. So she's been trying to go to the Air Force for like the longest time. And we're like, Vivi, like, we're proud of you. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go back in like 6 months. And we're like, and I was like, why are you gonna go back in 6 months? Like, you're gonna get all of us into a lease and then make us pay more just because, well, she wanted to stay for Vanessa, yeah, so I get that. But I felt like Vivi just needed to do her own things. I was like, you should just leave now and like go back now and enlist in the Air Force. So then Vivi backs out and we're like, you have to tell Vanessa right now, it's only right, because I don't like it when somebody else knows something that's really important and they don't tell me, right? Like, nobody likes that.
I was like, okay, that's true. I wanted to come back home. So we're deciding when I would tell Vanessa, she gets off at work like in an hour, so we go pick her up. And I tell her when we get off of work, she starts crying. Pretty sure you guys have heard the whole story of her crying the whole entire time.
So Vivi and Vanessa don't want to go anymore. And remember from the beginning, I told you that we wanted to go travel, but we were going to Austin, Dallas because of our sisters. So then it's like a thought in my head, but I don't say anything because I'm like, well, we're here in Austin, like this is our dream, like we've always wanted to come back here. Antonio and I as a couple, because Antonio lived there growing up, and then and then I went to school out there, so it was like a dream for us to both be there. And then the next day he needed to go to work, and that's when like everything changed. So the girls were ready to go back home on Sunday, we already agreed, and then Antonio was gonna go to work, and then Antonio and I were gonna continue life in Austin. So then I looked at his face and he was just like so sad, and he was so like, I don't know, defeated, and I thought, man, like we could do something better in life, like, and we were honestly like on the materialistic like wheel, like we were just gonna get a nice apartment, gonna get another car, like we were on the route to, you know, working plus 40 plus hours. So then I told him, we were walking outside of the hotel. I think he was supposed to go to work in like 2 hours. I was like, hey babe, like why don't we just, you know, travel the world? He was like, no way. I was like, yeah, that's like what we initially wanted to do, but you know, we were gonna come out here with like the girls and stuff, like let's just travel the world. He's like, no way. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So then he doesn't believe me, and I'm like, yeah, let's sell the car, like let's just do it. And so we were on our way to the DMV to get the title. He calls his boss, he quits, like just right there. And I was like, he's like, is this real? I was like, it's real, babe, like let's just do it. And I in my heart knew that I really wanted to do this. Like I just wanted to be where water is, because that fulfilled my root chakra. So then he quit his job and went to the DMV, we got the title.
But thank God I have such an incredible wife. Violet saw me, I didn't even see myself. She just saw me defeated, shut down. I didn't even know I was giving that vibe off. And she read the book too, 4-hour work week. She believed it in herself too. Because Vivi was leaving, because Vanessa was leaving, we were gonna stay in Austin. That morning though, a few hours before I was supposed to go into work, she tells me, babe, why don't we just go travel the world? I looked at her and I'm like, babe, are you serious? Tell me more. It's like, well, we're about to go buy all this furniture and find a lease and work 50, 60 hours a week just to pay for it all. Let's just go travel. Our life will never be as simple as it is now. So we literally shifted our mindset. I'm like, babe, are you sure we're gonna do this? Because I need to tell my job that I'm not gonna go in. Are you sure we're gonna do this? Yes, like pump me up, babe. I need you to pump me up now. Quit my job before I even started it. And the next thing we knew we needed to do was sell our car. And I thank my mom to the bottom of her heart that she even bought me that car in the first place. It's like my early graduation gift from graduating from Utah. Because we got the title that morning. Instead of going to work, we got the car title because we were gonna sell it for a good amount of money. And we knew that that title equaled our tickets to the world, multiple tickets. But we were just excited and ready to travel already. If it wasn't for picking up some things in El Paso and settling some things and just doing the things you need to do before you go abroad, we wouldn't have come back. We would have just taken the flight straight to Bali. But we came back to El Paso for a few days, just a couple of days, not that long. And we did a lot of things, a lot of errands that we needed to do. We had to put all our stuff properly in storage long term because we knew it was gonna be several months before we got back to the United States. And if you're watching this right now, you're probably watching it while we're in Bali. We're going on our flight tomorrow. Everything's packed. Actually, Violet hasn't probably packed her stuff yet. She's gonna need some help. Oh, she had. But we're just excited.
But then ultimately we enjoy Austin. We eat barbecue, we go to Barton Creek, we get on the scooties, and just a really good time. And then now it's time to come back home, and it really starts hitting us that we're gonna really travel the world. And so y'all might be watching this in Bali. Well, we're already in Bali, and but so far we've been preparing. We are dedicating ourselves to vlog more and to post more on Instagram to grow our personal brand, because that's part of being remote, is documenting and vlogging.
They call us and they're like, guys, we're gonna travel the world. Me and Bibi were so stoked for them. If there's anything I got stoked about, it was about them traveling. I'm gonna miss them.
Oh, no, I know. So when Violet and Antonio told us that they were going to travel the world, I knew, I don't know, I just deep down had a feeling that that's what they wanted to do. I knew Antonio wasn't on board with Austin. I knew how sad he looked when he put on his work shirt. He just wasn't all for it. I knew that it wasn't right to stay there. I knew, I just really got that vibe from them, that that wasn't really what they wanted. And I could just tell by Antonio's face that that life wasn't for them right now. So right now, I guess you can say I'm more happy for them than sad, obviously, because they are my best friends, and I'm gonna miss them. In a second. Yeah, this is tears of happiness because I know it's what they're meant to do. I know that they're right, that this is like them living their life, I don't know how to say that. I know that this is them living their best life. They mean so much to me. I've never explained. They're my role models, I look up to them. I really do. The relationship together, just them as human beings in general. I wouldn't be where I am today without them.
We're excited to keep posting vlogs and our whole adventures in doing this, and the end.
Good job, babe.